Hopefully, this music isn't too crazy loud type shit. That's not where I meant to go. I'm gonna try to do this whole fucking commentary with this music on in the background. But if I listen to this shit in the playback and the shit is like off, or like my vocals are low type shit, or it's just basically unpostable, I'm gonna be very upset. But it is what it is, you know? That's life type shit. If you never try, how will you know? Truthfully, the failure is more important than the try. The failure is what teaches you, or at least the failure gives you some indication of, oh my God. All right, turn it down. The failure at least gives you some indication of what you went wrong and what you could do to improve your attempts, you know? Because, I mean, unless you all have some type of knowledge that I don't, point me to somebody who tried something once and they were just, they were just that guy, you know? I feel like you always got to start somewhere. And any great will tell you that they had to fail a lot in the process of what made them great. But yeah, I just got off work. I wasn't even really supposed to go into work today, but I had to because fucking basically a lady at my job got fired type shit. And yeah, they just needed somebody to cover the shift type shit. So, but the fuck up part is like today being the last day that I usually work is basically the end of the pay period. So like they were basically fucking me like without even realizing that they were fucking me, or maybe they did. But it's like basically if I would have not went into work today, I would have they would have taken those hours from me in PTO type shit. And it's like I don't want to use my fucking PTO, so I'm gonna go to work. But I'm still gonna go to work tomorrow type shit, like for the normal shift that I already agreed. But it's like I'm gonna be there today too, because I should be able to use my PTO when I want to. You're essentially not making me use it, but it's like you want me to do you a favor, but in that favor, I'm losing my PTO. Hell no, I'm good on that. That's not an even exchange, bucko. But I mean, other than that, shit, I can't complain. Today's a cool day. My Call of Duty's running smooth, so I feel like that shit's loud as hell. Let me turn it down. Anyways, I don't really know what I want to talk about today. Well, like I do, but you know, I don't know. I'm just shit's been weird lately, and I feel like shit always gets weird for me whenever like, damn, I'm playing on this stand-up tape or what is it, a desk, the adjustable desk, like you hit the button and shit, and I'm standing and playing, and I definitely fuck with this because I feel like I already sit all day anyway, so to come home and sit down more is probably not the best for me, right? Anyway, it's weird though. Oh my god. Yeah, I think really what I wanted to talk about is just basically like something I read in it's this book that I use when I'm at work, basically to talk to the clients about like like coping skills, thoughts, feelings, emotions, CBT, DBT, all that bullshit. But God damn, get back! Oh my god, the grenades! But like it's a workbook that I use basically to structure like groups around and stuff like that, and just have like topics to continuously talk to them about. Dude, I'm getting pieced up. But one of those things is like radical acceptance. And it's like, when you're teaching something, I feel like it's much different than obviously being the student or the learner or the person who's on the other end of it. Like when you're teaching something, I feel like it makes a lot of sense. But when you yourself actually have to apply that lesson or that theory and put it in practice, it's literally not that fucking easy. Like I understand when my clients say it's not that easy, especially a concept like radical acceptance, because I forgot who it was, if it was Beck or Young or whoever, one of those psychology mugs who, you know, I'd have to look in the book. I don't have it on me, but it's basically just accepting shit for what it is and letting it go. Like that literally is what radical acceptance is. It's like the phrase "it is what it is," but like theorized basically. And I say that shit all the time, but like sometimes it really don't fucking be what it is. Like I be wanting it to be what it is, but it don't be what it is. I don't know how to fucking explain that, but it's like I be wanting to let shit go. I be wanting to be cool. I be wanting to hold my tongue. I be wanting to not give things my energy, but like I still succumb to. I try not to put my responses in such a negative light, but the best way I can say it is like I still succumb to those lower vibrational or lower frequency responses or tactics, like responding with, I don't know, I don't want to get into it. My point being is just like I'm not fucking perfect, you know, like nobody is, but I feel like there are some people who are aware of that. I'm not saying that there's some people that aren't per se, but it's just like there are some people who I've even had in my own life. I mean, I don't really want to go as far as, say, oh, my own family, but it's like, I'm sure everybody's had people in their family who are like never fucking wrong. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, like, that person is never wrong. And that shit is like very difficult to deal with. I dealt with that growing up, like, all the fucking time. And it's very triggering for me. So when I run into individuals who are like that, or like I have a friend who's like that, I ain't gonna call that person out because, I mean, that's my dog. That's my bro. But like, that nigga is never wrong. Like, and it's crazy talking to him because it's like I'll be listening to what he say and the situations that he puts himself in, but that nigga still somehow is never wrong or never in the wrong. He's always the victim. He's always being done wrong. Like it's just crazy. And it's like I don't understand. Not necessarily I don't understand, but it's just like who's the common factor in that, you know? Like even with me and my own situations or what I can claim or it's like who's the common factor? It's like at the end of the day, I'm still having these negative interactions. Why? Maybe there's like a part of me that I need to work on, or part of my self that I need to purge and shit. But that is what it is. My main point is just like the whole radical acceptance, like that being something that I'm really, 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 and when I say really, I can't stress it any more than that. That I'm really, really trying to embody because I need to be very radical about my acceptance of my current reality. You know? Like, regardless of what's happening with who, or at the end of the day, like, I have a fucking life to live. You know what I mean? And it's just like, bro, you can't let, I ain't gonna say you can't let, because it's like, again, nobody's perfect, but it's just like, you really have to try to be mindful of like how much you're allowing things to affect you. To a degree, I feel like, your response initially is your response, but it's like, again, after that point, like when can you say it's you? When are you gonna not make the excuse and just say like it literally is me? Like it's not the thing, it's me. Like that's just where I am with shit. Like I've already said it was me. I've already been doing the inner work and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the radical acceptance is just like a really big thing for me right now. Just radically accepting things for the way that they are. Because the book teaches you basically. And again, as I've said already, I don't believe in absolutes, meaning like, you take what you want and leave what you don't type shit. I ain't gonna never tell nobody they wrong. I ain't gonna never tell somebody I'm all the way right, but it's just like that. You know what I mean? Anyways, um, oh my god, can you move? Oh, Skater's in here. He's probably in the chat. I'm gonna join up with him in a minute. But is that an ad? Yeah, that's an ad. But yeah, like I was saying, the whole radical acceptance thing is something I'm really working on embodying right now, and I think I'm doing okay. Like I have had a couple of recent situations where I did like kind of crash out and bug up with like what I said, and I'm like, you know, I always get like so. I hate to say the word emotional, but it's just like Whenever something can bring me out of my character, I get very upset because it's like, damn, I did so much work. Does that mean that I'm back at square one? And it's like, no, but at the same time, you do need to be mindful of the fact that like you did just crash out, like you did bug up. You need to relax. You know what I'm saying? You need to leave. But no, in all seriousness, type shit, like like if I could go back in the past and retract my words and my statements and how I did things in a heartbeat. But it's like at the end of the day, like I feel like everything happens for a reason, and it's like there's a reason why that person reacts that way. There's a reason why people do what they do, and once you just become more knowledgeable of those reasons, and you just work on basically what is in your best good or your you know in favor of you, like not in a selfish way, but just like the things that serve you and what don't, relationships that serve you and what don't. It's just I don't know. Like I said, the radical acceptance. I'm just working on accepting things for what they are. And again, like I was saying, you have three ways of responding. So one way is basically to again, it is what it is. Like this shit is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Like I don't know how to say it, but it's like, bro, like it's never gonna be what it ain't. You feel me? Like it is what it is. The other option that you have is this dude, man. The other option that you have is trying to change it. So it's like if it's a situation or whatever, like you do what you can to change it. If it's a person, maybe you talk to them and like make them aware of the fact that you don't like something or that you want to change something. You know what I mean? Like you basically put in that legwork. You put in that legwork to, try to change it. So like specifically if you and a friend are arguing about something, if you don't like how it is, you don't accept it for how it is and you want to change it, maybe you'll have a private conversation with them or you'll text them and let them know like, hey, I'm concerned about this, or hey, we haven't been good lately, or what's going on with you? I feel like the energy's off, or whatever it is, you try to change it. You try to actively do something. And the other option is basically just to walk away and leave the situation. That is ultimately, you know what I mean? Like, if it is what it is, but you also don't like the fact that like there is no change and you're the one that's trying blah 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 or whatever you got to say, it's like you got to really consider that final option, which is walking away. And it's like that is a very painful thing to do, especially for like people with attachment issues and shit like that. I can definitely say that I probably have some type of attachment issues. I mean, I could talk about my childhood and the stuff that I went through in depth, but it's just like maybe one day I'll do that. But it's like we could all admit to the fact that we may have some type of attachment issues or just in general, again, as I always say, we're only human, everybody makes mistakes. Like not everybody's looking at shit from the same perspective. So that's why you have the arguments that you do, because it's essentially two people presenting that perspective and trying to meet somewhere in the middle. But, that's the only choices that you have. I've just been more at the last one lately because I know who I am. I know the quality of person that I am. And it's like, regardless of what you say to me, I just feel like there's a certain type of way you do shit and there's a way you don't do shit. And I feel like, truthfully, outside of all the mistakes that I make, I try to operate in people's best interest. But can I say the same always for them? No, I don't like that. I've tried to change that. I've tried to talk to them about it. Didn't work out. So it's like, it is what it is. I choose option three. No love lost, no hatred. I don't got enough energy nor time for that. Just it is what it is. You learn what you learn from the situation, and now it's time to move on. Maybe you'll be able to interact with people who are more in alignment with this. If you're doing the inner work, this higher version of yourself. But if you're not, you're just going to continue to run into the same problems. And I guess that's where I am with things. It's like I feel like I just ran into the same problem that I already just dealt with. Like I feel like I just essentially wasted a year or two of my life doing the exact same thing that I just fucking did, just to come to the conclusion that like you may be no different, or like you're dealing with the same problem, if that makes sense. Like not even blaming it on the other person involved in that. It's like looking at the eye, like you're having the same arguments, but with a completely different person. It's like, did you change? Did you get better? Are you just dealing with like the past shit that you haven't healed or worked on still? Like that's where I'm at, like with my spiritual journey and trying to like truly analyze what the fuck I go through. But it is what it is. So you see Skater 42,000 in here. That's my homie. So I'm gonna hop in a party with him and see what the fuck he wants. But as always, anybody who's watching, I appreciate it. But your boy is signing off.